This is the Milo Beasley Show. This is the Milo Beasley Show. There's only one thing you need to know. This is the Milo Beasley Show. And now, here's your host, Milo Beasley.
And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show, episode number 291. I'm super excited today to bring you our guest. So, I guess with no
is that your theme song?
It is. It's yeah, you know, they can't take
it's
it away.
It's in the budget.
It's in the
Milo Beasley Show. I am the guest of this show. Carey Means, the voice of Frylock.
How are you doing, man?
I'm introing myself, Milo. You're cutting me off.
Carey
Means, the voice of Frylock Thundercleese from the Brack Show. Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and Jonah Bishop, that little show that none of you ever heard of from Nickelodeon. The Milo Beasley Show. Now you're gonna take that sound bite and use it, aren't you? Frylock introed him. The Milo Beasley Show. Yes, I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. You're where are you based? Are you Atlanta based?
I live in Atlanta. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. If you log on to IMDb, you'll see my picture. Not like that, but you know, it'll say that I'm originally from the Lou, St. Louis, Missouri. Been in Atlanta since 1993, though. So,
okay. All right.
I read a book. I read one of those books that tell you what you should do with your life. You know, how you should live your life. And it says you should get to know two cities really well. So I think I'm doing that with Atlanta and St. Louis. You know, born and raised in St. Louis, moved here in 1993. So I do know both cities pretty well. I probably don't know all the places I shouldn't go when I go home, but my brothers and sisters will tell me about that.
Are you big into
my nephews and nieces will tell me where not to go.
Oh,
if I visit, I'm supposed to be going home for a visit to this convention. Big River Comic Con is going to be April 23rd, 24th.
Oh, awesome.
Next month. No, I just came from an event, man. This guy, Derek Jefferson, he is known as Homeless Homeboy. You know, some of y'all might have seen his posts and stuff like that. That's his superhero pseudonym, Homeless Homeboy. And I went to support him. Basically, he had a Capes for Kids event in Columbus, Georgia over the weekend, this past Saturday. Myself and my good friend and fellow artist, Mr. Eddie Price. See, I'm plugging other people. This is about them. This ain't even about me. That 3D guy, Eddie Price. If you look up that 3D guy, Eddie Price, you will see some amazing 3D artwork. This guy and he ain't been doing it not even 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He's like 49 or something like that now, and he hadn't been doing it he hadn't been doing art like he's doing his whole entire life until now. You know what I'm saying? So it's really crazy. And he's known as that 3D guy, man. He's that 3D guy, you know what I'm saying? But he's my traveling companion as well because he has the truck. You know? when we do cons or events, we jump in the truck and we just head out, man. And then at least in the southeast area. Now I'll fly to anywhere anybody wants me to fly because they got to pay for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll fly to your event because you're going to fly me in. I don't pay for my own flight or hotel or food if I can help it.
Right.
You know, you want me to be a guest at your events, you gotta at least give a brother a per diem. You know, that means per day. Some promoters act like they don't know what that means. You know, carpe diem means seize the day, right?
Right.
Per diem means per day. So that means if I ask for $50 or $100, that means you gotta give me $50 or $100 per day. You know, just for little incidentals, unforeseen events such as me running out of prints to sign autographs to make money, or sometimes just to eat. You know, I go to some of these cons, I'm broke. No money for real. I'm broke, man. Like, you know, some of them planes. That's been the life of a former voice talent. But I'm not a former voice talent. I'm still working. I'm just not working as much as I'd like to. You know, not as often as I would like. I'd like to be doing a Don LaFontaine in a world where there's this and that and the other. I saw a documentary on him once. He was just rattling them off. From the creative mind of Bill Cosby, Daddy Daycare. Send a check for that one. Send the invoice for that one. Next, then he'll rip another piece of paper up and do the next. See, those are gigs for him. I'm auditioning like crazy. I'm not being bitter or anything about it. That's just the nature of the beast. I guess people assume that jobs get thrown at me because I was Frylock for all those years, but it's like, I got to audition just like you and you and you and you and you and all y'all out there, all you potential voice talents. They always ask me, how can I get into the business? Well, first of all, take some theater classes or improv classes. Do that. Read aloud a lot. Get your whatever, the tube of toothpaste out your bathroom. On my demo, there's a toothpaste commercial, and that's where I got it from, the back of my tube of toothpaste. Use this. It effervesces while it cleans your teeth. That's right. I can't say the brand because I don't want to get in trouble because they haven't paid me to be their spokesperson either. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get that.
You ever going into the convenience store or the gas station or the liquor store and you see those girls out there with those cigarillos and they ask to take your picture if you hold up the box? I actually smoked that brand and they've stopped me a few times because they give you a free pack.
Oh, okay.
I smoke Capones. I'll say it. I smoke Al Capone cigarillos dipped in cognac, no filter. And these girls be outside the liquor store, whatever. They're like, hey, you want to take a picture? I'm like, they owe me some residuals because I know I took at least 10 pictures. And they catch me outside the liquor store going in, you know what I'm saying? And that's my brand. So free packer Capones, hey, fantastic. But no, seriously though, man, I do commissions as well. Some of y'all might have seen it on Facebook, Instagram. I always post a video or photos of what I'm working on, the current commission that I'm working on. I also have a page where I sell stuff. Carey Means -- the voice of Frylock. Check that out. Yes, I'm whoring myself. I'm hawking my wares. I also have a YouTube channel.
You got the cameo too,
I have a YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I've had it for a few years now. It's just Carey Means, just my name. And you see, there's a script. It's in a little circle. That's the icon that you look for. It's one of the final scripts for this show. You'd have to look real close to see what it is, though.
Right.
It's an Aqua Teen script, but it's Carey Means on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe to that, folks.
Yeah, and then
out there in podcast land.
And then cameo, if people want to get
cameo. Yes, thank you, Milo. You're on top of it, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, just look for the black background with the red Frylock face outlined, which actually is pretty cool. I need to make a print out of that. The red Frylock face outlined, the black background. $40 for 30 seconds of me. That's funny though. I never my cameos are never 30 seconds. They're always like a minute.
Right.
Because, you prat along with these things. You know what I'm saying? I know Dana does them too. But, you're good friends with Dana Snyder. Shout out to Dana Snyder out there. When are you going to do Milo's show, Dana? Huh? He wants to talk to you, Master Shake. Shut up, Shake.
Did you, what was the last time you did a convention with Dana?
Probably was Confusion in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now, I think. When COVID hit, everything stopped. You know what I'm saying? Everything stopped when COVID hit. So it's like, I haven't seen him in a minute. Move this mic down. I think it's blocking my face a little bit. So they say I got a face for radio. Yeah. Hey, so Milo, before you started doing podcasts, what was your, I don't know if this is your profession, is it?
I was, I had,
I don't know. Do podcast hosts get paid?
Not very much. It depends on the views. So not very much.
Oh,
but
it depends on the number of people that tune in for these things.
Yeah. I started
the thing was, no, go ahead. What were you doing before you started doing it?
So I started this because I was a professional wrestler.
No.
Yes.
What was your stage name?
It was Milo Beasley.
Really?
Yep.
You didn't make nothing up. Thunder M.
So It was I decided to do like what would a bad talk show be like, and I was interviewing other wrestlers and stuff like that.
What was your record? Are you ashamed? What was your record?
Oh gosh, I don't think I honestly wish I would have kept track of that, but I did not. And
that bad, huh?
No, that good. That's why I wish I would have kept track of it.
So undefeated?
Oh no, not by
not undefeated.
No,
decent enough. Maybe 500 at least.
Oh, absolutely.
50. That's good. Hey, teams make it to the playoffs at 500.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a wild card bid, So what made you quit? You just wanted to get out while you're still pretty?
COVID was one reason, but I'm also, I'm a little bit up there in age, so I wanted to, preserve my body a little bit,
Can't say them knees. Say knees, yes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
All of those things, they hurt on a constant basis. So I started doing this thing as what would be a funny, little talk show.
Bad talk show. I guess that would be Eric Andre. I don't know.
And
I don't understand that. I don't understand that show. I'm sorry. I just can't get on board with it. Me being a former Adult Swim employee, put that in air quotes. I asked somebody at a convention a few months ago. I said, "Can anybody explain that show to me?" Eric Andre, and nobody could. So anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about you, Milo. This is about you. So, got out of wrestling.
Yes, I got out of wrestling.
So what? Name me some famous wrestlers that you met, man.
Oh, that I've met. I mean,
all wrestled.
Guys who I've had, guys and girls who I've had on my show: Trish Stratus, D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, Matt Riddle, who's currently in the WWE as the United States champion.
Yeah, I must be a little older than you because I don't know any of those people. You know what I'm saying? I've hung out with some wrestlers though.
I've hung out with with the convention.
Met the Nasty Boys before?
Yes.
My boy Knobs and Victor. I think the other one's name is Victor.
Brian Knobs and now you're gonna get me in trouble. Knobs and Jerry Sags.
Jerry and Knobs. See, now I'm in trouble because he gonna be mad at me next time he see me because we spent the weekend together. Not like that. Don't think dirty. Not like that. We're not the type of guys. But no, me and Knobs hit it off like instantly. You know why they call him Knobs, right?
No.
He used to chew on doorknobs when he was a kid.
What?
Chew on the. I said, if that ain't a future wrestler, I don't know what is. Met and hung out with them. Brutus the Barber, Beefcake.
Yeah.
We did a show together. He's cool as hell. Who else? Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake.
He was the first wrestler I ever met.
Oh, okay.
Jake the Snake, yeah.
I did a lot of shows with him. A lot of wrestling shows with him.
Yeah. He was cool. They were all cool dudes, man. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have hung out with me in the first place.
True, yeah. A lot of these guys who do the conventions, man.
I met Sergeant Slaughter. I was at a con with Sergeant Slaughter, but I tried to get him to him and Lex Luger. And Lex is in a wheelchair now. Right. Slaughter was there. And I walked up to him and tried to get him to do a little video. See, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see all these little videos of celebrities
cool.
that I've met at cons. And some of them I'll ask, can I film them? Some of them I'll just walk up to them already filming. And that's on them to tell me whether or not to get the hell out their face. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like this. I'm a guest at the show, and so are you. Some of them realize it. Some of them don't, I guess. I don't know. But they should know it, I think, because if I got a table there, we've been there at least a day or a few hours. And you've seen me signing autographs. You know I'm a guest. So when I walk up to them filming, I'm assuming that they know this, unless there's somebody like Adrian Barbeau who is on video and who does talk to me on the video. Because somebody, when I did Crypticon back a few years ago in St. Joseph's, Missouri, it was in Kansas City, but they moved to St. Joe. I was substituting in for Dana.
Oh, okay.
Dana was supposed to go, and he had a prior engagement, so he couldn't go. So this agent calls me up. This con agent calls me up and goes, "Hey, can you take Dana's place at Crypticon in Kansas City?" I was like, hell yeah, I'm from Missouri anyway. You know what I'm saying? I started calling all my family and friends. Hey, I'm being Crypticon in Kansas City, Missouri. Come check me out.
All right.
Of course, it was in St. Joe. which is 30 minutes away from Kansas City. So when the plane touched down, welcome to St. Joseph, Missouri. I was like, hey, this ain't Kansas City. I'm supposed to be in Kansas City. Anyway, so I even called my buddy I went to college with, my former college roommate, Richard King. I'm calling you out if you ever see this. I called him up and I said, hey, come meet me at this car. Hold on a second. I dropped something. I said, hey, Rich, come meet me at this con, man. And he lived in Kansas City, which was sure enough 30 minutes away from St. Joseph. He's like, man, it's a 30-minute drive. I was like, we used to do that in school. We used to drive 30 minutes and go partying at Mizzou. I went to a university at a University of Lincoln University, Jefferson City, Missouri.
Okay.
Oldest land-grant institution in Missouri, founded by the 62nd and 65th Colored Infantry Soldiers after the war, the Civil War. So that's a little bit of history for you there, folks. I know Black History Month is over, but I can't change from being Black, so it's every month for me. But anyway, so he didn't do it. He became a food inspector, one of those health inspectors that come into the restaurants.
Right.
With the badge officially and everything. I know he get free food and free drinks everywhere he go. They be like, hey, sit here. We want some food. You want something to drink before you do your inspection so I can get this place clean? No, I told him to send me one of his badges so I could do that in Atlanta. Because, you just flash it.
Right.
It might say Missouri health inspector, but they won't see it. I'll just go, health inspector. I'll come to inspect your restaurant unless you got something for me. I'll be end up in the federal pen. I'll be doing time in Missouri and in Georgia. Like, we're going to split them in two. Y'all can have them the first 6 years, and we get them the last 50 years of his sentence. I'm sure that's a federal offense if you.
I would think.
As a health inspector.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
Let's
there's worse things. Yeah, just try
it. Anyway.
What's the worst that could happen?
When they got a little. Well, all these businesses are creeping to reopen for the pandemic. So, how has the pandemic affected your income, your business, your life?
I
having a baby 6 months ago and everything.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty big deal. But I haven't been able to go out and do conventions. Which that was, what I was doing. I was working for GalaxyCon.
Yeah, you telling me? Oh, really?
Yes. Yep. Or these guys.
You know Mike Broder?
Yes, I do.
Hi, Mike. I know Mike Broder.
Yeah.
I knew Mike Broder, but I don't know him anymore. Let me just leave it at that.
Okay. All right.
If you know Mike Broder, then you know probably where I'm getting at.
All right.
Generally speaking, that's just a general synopsis of the man. I mean, I don't have no ill will towards him at all. Now, the other side of the coin, you could ask him, what's your problem with Carrie? Maybe he'll tell you. Maybe he won't.
Maybe there'll be a bonus feature on this episode.
That's all I have to say about that. But yes, I used to go to those cons with Dana down there in Florida. Those super cons we used to have.
Absolutely.
And all that, I used to have a ball down there, man. But you don't love me no more, so oh well.
I don't never say never, right?
Hey, look, I could go into some things, but I'm not gonna. Like I said, I don't pour salt on nobody's wounds. I don't. I'm not that he's wounded. Right. I'm the one who's wounded because I don't go to these cons anymore. But anyway.
All right, next subject.
But you have to ask him about that. Like I said,
right.
You have to ask, why don't you invite Carey Means anymore to your cons? You might not get an answer. Or you might. But ask me if it's true, if he tells you what he thinks to be true. But that's another story. Like I said, I'll leave it there. Enough about that. Next
so
question.
I'm absolutely digging.
You brought up GalaxyCon.
I'm digging that shirt, man. The Frylock shirt.
Oh, this one? You see
that?
Yeah, that's done by Natalie Palumbo.
That is great.
Well, she designed it, shipped it off to China, and had them make it. But she denies these. She's got meat wise. She's got shape. She got the jewel on the back and everything. Can you see that?
Yes, I can. That's awesome.
Yeah, she You can find her on Facebook. She'll make you one if you want to order one. I
So
also have a Frylock mask for the
What?
pandemic that was made for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty. I mean, that's cool because, like, unfortunately,
And
we're
if
in a
anybody
pandemic.
wants to order one of those, they can go to @Sasha Sews It. @Sasha Sews It. Sasha sews it down by the seashore. Actually, it's true. She does sew it down by the seashore because she lives in LA.
Oh, that's perfect.
So @Sasha Sews It. It's spelled just like it sounds. Sasha Sews It on Instagram. That's it. Had to get them rolled R's out of that. My classically trained theatrical upbringing I had, which is true. I am classically trained. Shakespeare and all that.
Did you do you did theater prior to
oh yeah, I started off doing theater, man. Before I did any voiceovers, I was on stage, Jack. That's why I tell people who want to get into the business, either take an improv class or do a couple of shows theatrically. Because first of all, the reason why I say that is because you're out there. You're out there. You're exposed. There's no stop, cut, go back to work. Stop, cut, go back. There's none of that. The show must go on. It literally must go on when you're doing theater because hopefully you're surrounded by good people that remember their lines and don't jump the script up 3 or 4 pages. And then you have to try to pull them back. There's nothing fun like that. But you know what I'm saying? There's no stopping that. You got to just keep it rolling. And the instant gratification, if you do a well enough performance, hell, sometimes you'll get a standing O even. I'm not saying I've gotten them, but maybe once or twice. Maybe once or twice, some people have stood up in the audience after the show I've done. But it's been years and years. I've done shows on the Atlanta Fox stage. Sang with the Atlanta Opera Chorus, the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra Chorus in the bass section.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, I was trying to do it. I felt like I moved to LA when I first got here. Everything was popping. But that was 93. That's how I got here. Another former college roommate, Brett Maxwell, shouting him out too, talked me into moving down here because I didn't know what I was going to do. I was doing a little bit of theater in St. Louis, nothing major. All the major big dogs were turning me down, if you want to call them that. I was trying to get with, the major theater company there. I couldn't get with them. I was trying to start doing voiceovers there. This lady, I remember the lady who saw me. She looked down her little glasses and said, the people that usually do these are a lot older. She might as well have had and whiter. Because I know she asked me to read something. She put something in front of my face to read. And I read it. And she kind of was taken aback that I could read, I guess. And it sounded good. And then she told me that. So I was like, damn, okay. I don't know what she meant by that, but So they're older. So what?
What do you like? What do you prefer the stage or like doing television shows, like voiceover stuff where you can do a couple takes until you feel like you have a
Milo to get paid, whether it's the stage or the celluloid or doing the voiceovers. But any voiceover actor would tell you that they prefer doing the voiceovers because it's so much fun. Number one. And number two, it pays pretty good. Once you get your claws and teeth into something substantial. See, we had no idea that Aqua Teen was gonna end up being what it was.
Yeah,
even though when it came out, the movie came out in theaters, you can count the theater goers on one hand. It was me, the projectionist, and my dog Spot. That's all it was. I'm telling you, people tell me that lately. It's like, oh, I went to the premiere, man. It was just me and 3 other dudes. But it was great. We were high, man. We were cracking up and everything. I was like, see, the thing was with that Boston thing, man, when they did that light bright crap.
Yeah, with the Moonanites.
Dana told you about it. Dana has one of those boxes.
Oh, okay.
He didn't tell you that, did he?
No.
He was in the Adult Swim offices when that jumped off over CNN, and they had the robot move in and all that crap. And when they got close enough, they realized it was a toy. I could just hear the radio chatter. It's a toy. It's a what? It's a toy, sir. What do you mean it's a toy? It's not a bomb, sir. It's just a light bright augmented with the alien flipping off traffic. You still got to blow it up. You got to keep up appearances in the bomb squad. You know what I'm saying? It's Boston, so I guess I should have done all that with a Boston accent. You still gotta blow it up, get in the car, and blow it up, okay? You know what I'm saying? But there's a Lost Boston episode. I don't know if Dana told you about that or showed it to you or anything like that.
I have not seen it.
Really
I've
ain't
heard
lost.
about it.
You can find it. Just join one of the ATHF groups on Facebook. They'll send you a link.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Get in one of them groups and ask them. They'll send you the link, because I tried to tell somebody about it recently, and it was floating around on YouTube forever.
Oh,
but now I think it's harder to find. But it's available now. You can get it.
It's available.
Adult Swim was mad about it at first because it was leaked. It wasn't even finished yet, really. So whoever leaked it had to work up there in those offices. That's the only other. Nobody else could have let it out, but somebody who worked for Adult Swim.
Right.
And you know who you are, don't you? You naughty Adult Swim former employer. I don't know. They might be an executive there now. Hell, that might have been the power move that they needed to make.
Right.
To get to the top of the ladder. I can't tell you everything about them that I know, because I don't know everything about them. For a long time, I just go to the studio, go home, wait for the check. Go to the studio, go home, wait for the check. It was not like, until they started having like crab boils and that they live streamed and Christmas parties, and well, they never invited me to the Christmas party, but true, they didn't. I know they had one. Everybody has one. You know what I'm saying? I know there was a Adult Swim Christmas party, but I didn't get invited to it. But I got invited to something the Adult Swim was sponsoring in New York, where like Miley Cyrus is going to perform, and I heard she smoked a blunt on stage or something. And they sent me the invite. They didn't send me no plane tickets or hotel reservations. Said, hey, Carrie, come on out to this thing. Okay. Where my plane tickets at? Oh, no plane ticket. Oh, I got to fly myself. I can get in, but I got to have my own room. I pay for myself and all that stuff. But see, back before the Time Warner AOL merger, when they did that, but I don't know if you know about that, back in the day.
Yep, I do.
Ted Turner decided to merge with Time Warner AOL. Back before that, this is what they were telling me, because I didn't really start working with them till 97. I don't know when the Time AOL Warner merger was, but it was way before I started doing Frylock in 2000, 2001. But I was doing bumps for Pokemon, and I was the announcer for Samurai Jack, the first incarnation of Samurai Jack that was out. On the next Samurai Jack gets into this, that, and the other. Yeah, that was me.
Oh.
So production assistant. At the time, he was a production assistant. Now he's probably an executive over there named Larry Morris. Heard me and ran to Matt Malero and Dave Willis. Was like, you got to hear this Carey Means guy. He's fantastic. The reason I remember his name, because I went to high school with a guy named Larry Morris.
Oh.
But the Larry Morris I went to high school with was like Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Today for show and tell, I brought my pet tarantula, Boris. Boris? Has anybody seen Boris? That type of guy.
Right.
He was cool, though. He was a cool Italian dude with black hair and a huge schnoz. And that was Larry Morris, you know what I'm saying? If you're out there, Larry, what's up, bro? Remember our high school days? Yeah, Spicoli. Anyway.
What's up, Larry? Hopefully he's watching.
I was in the choir and stuff, when I was in high school. I wasn't a jock, even though I tried out for the football team. I was fast enough, but not big enough. I was fast enough, but I didn't have the bulk. I guess because of word, I get killed out there, so I didn't make it. So I gave that up, and I just started singing in the choir, and I started drawing. I've just been drawing all my life. I was a commercial art major. I majored in commercial art at Lincoln U. That's why it's so easy for me to do these commissions. People want, they want Carl doing something or saying something specific. Some people want specifically themed commissions with the Aqua Teens. There's one guy wanted me to do a pot themed commission, so I did it. Frylock's fries were joints.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's got a blunt in his mouth, and everybody, if you look at my pages and stuff, and look at my YouTube channel, you see all them videos. I always post a video about stuff and let the client know what the progress is, where I am at it from sketch to finish.
That's cool.
I don't do time lapse though, because I'm so slow. You know what I'm saying? You'll be sitting there going to sleep. What's he doing? If I do time lapse, it'll be like do dee do dee do dee do. Because I'm such a perfectionist. It's so detailed. I don't want to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? I've done my share of messing things up. Now I got it down to a science where I know how to do a project. You know, I used to ink stuff first, then color. That's a bad idea. I got to color stuff first, then ink.
I have zero artistic ability, so I have if whatever you say is word, because whatever you say, I'll believe it, because I have zero artistic ability and I can't do any of that.
But I just got pretty much finished. I wouldn't say I'm done. I got finished with a 24 by 36 inch painting that this guy wanted me to do. And if you look on my pages and stuff, you'll see the video from that. I'll be delivering that to him, Mr. Pat Mahone. I'm talking about you. I'll be delivering that to him at Big River Comic Con in April. There's one coming up before that, I think, in Huntsville, Alabama. I don't know the name of it, but just check my posts on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll post about it once they give me the the ad page for it or whatever. So I'm doing another Crypticon in Minnesota. I can't remember when that is. I guess I should put a calendar of mine.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that because shows get canceled.
Because getting canceled, postponed. A lot of
that's why I really, I wait till it's really like a week or maybe 2 out from the event before I start sharing it. You know what I'm saying, and letting people know I'm going to be there, because this stuff has been pulled from under the rug for me. This COVID thing, man, it's killing me, man. That's why people ask me to do podcasts. I say I got to charge you, man. I'm sorry, I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? My wife has a nice job and everything, but I'm a man, man. I got some pride. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to depend on the missus for all the income.
Right.
But she'll mess around and go behind my back and post these posts. I know you might have seen it the last couple of days. Help Frylock with rent. And I'm like, baby, I don't want to seem like a charity case. Can you not? Are you mad at me? She'll say halfway in her sleep the next morning as I'm looking at all this money coming in. I'm like, what is this? What did I do? And why are they paying me for it? What's going on? And I look at the post and I'm like, oh, she did it again. She did it in the middle of the night while I was asleep. Help us with rent. Oh, no, help me with rent. It wasn't us. It's just me that they needed help with rent. She's on there. Everybody knows she's my wife. But they don't know that she did that post. So I got to explain it with the wife. Did it. But thank you. But I tell her, just see back on Father's Day, a tree fell through our apartment and almost killed me. I don't know if you saw any of that. I don't know if you ever followed me.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
But back Father's Day 2020, that's when it happened. The last Father's Day we saw, I was sitting there playing my PS4, working on the commission. I do that at the same time. I'm multitaskable, baby. I could play a game and work on the commission at the same time. No problemo. But anyway, that's what I was doing. My cats were there with me. Leah, my wife, had just gone to work out with her dad. Thank God they wasn't there. And it wasn't a storm, wasn't raining, wasn't no thunder, lightning in the air, nothing. But there was always this big ass oak tree, the biggest one on the property, that would always lean over our apartment, like ominously leaning, just leaning. I asked the guys who were cutting out branches on the street one day, I said, can y'all do something about this one? Tie a yellow ribbon around it or something so it can hold it back, because it's going to fall. And my wife is like, it's watching over us. I was like, no, it's looming over us like death. I just hope we're not asleep one night or early in the morning and boom, it comes crashing through, because it's going to come crashing through. I told her this. I didn't tell the complex because I thought they already knew. I thought they were going to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? But I found out that the management, the previous management and the management company that's running it now, they both knew about it. The first excuse was, we need to get a permit. We can't get a permit. Always. I was like, get a permit then and cut it down. That was one of the maintenance guys told me that. He told them about it. He was like, yeah, they said they're going to get they can't. they need to get a permit to get it cut down. I was like, okay, so get the freaking permit. But so when that happened, it missed me by inches.
Oof.
I was sitting there. I'm talking about it was a hole the size of a small meteorite. It came through my living room. I can't say bowling ball because it was bigger than that. It was bigger than a bowling ball, bigger than any balls that we play with on Earth. Okay. Yeah, I said it. Oh, you know what I got into watching recently? Those news bloopers where these reporters had these Freudian slips.
Right.
It's always so funny. But anyway,
that's a big rabbit hole.
The tree almost killed me, and it was so much debris I couldn't find my cats. Freaking out about that. And the neighbor downstairs was just like, "Get out!" You know, he's from Africa. He's like, "Get out! Don't worry about the cats. Just get out of there," because it almost killed him. Because I could see his floor through my floor. And I could look down and see some of my stuff down there where his apartment was. Because it happened. There was, like I said, there was no warning. There was no creaking or cracking or big branches fall. No, it just went bam, like a bomb hit. And that's what it looked like. It looked like a bomb had hit my apartment, literally. Oh, shit. And I was, thank God was watching over me, man. I'm telling you, if anybody out there don't believe in God, I'm telling you, I'm a witness there is a God, because I'm sitting here talking about a tree that's well over 50 feet tall, oak, old tree that almost killed me on Father's Day, this past Father's Day. So, and I made a video about it. It was all over the place. Yeah, I showed the tree on the roof, but that's, that was only part of it. Right. The rest of it was in my living room, kitchen. But luckily, the cats made it. I guess they made it to the bedroom because that was one of the few places where there was no damage. Okay. Oddly enough, my wife's computer was in there undamaged. The microphone that I'm talking on right now was in the closet because we had made a makeshift. I'm in the closet right now. I'm like, R. Kelly, I'm in the closet doing this interview. But it doesn't look like it because, my wife got the soundproof pads up and everything.
Yeah, that's nice.
She's my engineer. I love her. I love her to death. Baby, we only been married a couple of years, but we've been together some years before that. You can't just marry somebody after knowing them for 6 months. You can't. I don't think you can anyway. But I know some people who've married after just knowing somebody for 6 months or less. I don't know if they're still married. But the person I know that did it isn't. Right, bro? Right. It's my brother.
Oh.
Shh. I'm not going to say his name. Shh. Frederick is his middle name, though. But anyway, so thank God I survived. But we had 2 days later, we got this place, which is a 2-bedroom. Oh. Same property. We jumped on it quick. We had the Red Cross only gives you like $450.
Right.
When something bad. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's all they did. At least in Georgia, that's what they do. They give you like $450. And yeah, that's it. And they take you to a hotel that's like, what, $150 a night? So we didn't do that. We stayed with father-in-law for a couple of nights, and then we got them to move us into another spot. Well, we had to move ourselves, but they were supposed to come and take all the debris out and stuff like that. But they wouldn't let us get up in there to get the cats out. So the cats spent a week and a half in that shithole, that hellhole.
By themselves?
Yes.
What?
I don't know what I assume they had what. See, that's me going, damn, did I believe I fed them that day.
Right.
And then they probably had some water. But, the kitchen got wrecked. Right. And there was like some meat thawing in the sink. Maybe they jumped up there and ate that. I don't know. I was worried about them going feral. I don't know how long it takes a cat to go feral.
Right.
Without their own. They were house cats, though. They were already fixed and everything. So it was like, but we went over there I went over there like every day or every morning to try to see if I could catch a glimpse of them in the window. Finally, one day, one of them popped their head out in the window in the living room. Then another one popped his head out. I was like, oh, man, at least there's 2 of them alive. Thank God. The third one, he was probably still hiding under the bed.
They were looking out the window like, there he is. I see him.
Yeah. You could hear them going, hey, man, come get us. What y'all doing? Where y'all at? Come home. Y'all got some cleaning up to do. That's what they was thinking. Y'all got to clean this place up, man. Look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't thinking about moving. They was just thinking that me and Leah had some cleaning up to do. Because when we came to get them, we came to get them, right? It was an ordeal to get them out of there. But
I bet.
Just shake that kitty treat box, that Temptations box. Because every morning I would feed them the treats by the door. This is a Pavlovian thing. When I got up, they knew it was time for treats. So I go by the front door and put the treats in the bowls. So I figured we could get them to come to the door one morning, shake that box. True enough, 2 of them came. We got 2 of them right away. But the third one, he stayed back in the bedroom until he saw his brothers were with us. And then he was like, wait a minute, don't leave me. So he came out again and we got them all, you know.
Right.
So, and none of them were hurt. What was that? The blueprints. So you're a spy. Hey, Milo, I saw those blueprints. The building that you're about to.
I was queuing up our little Milo Beasley Show mini game, and I hit the button too soon. Hey, I told you, I'm relatively new to the virtual thing, so as I'm hitting buttons.
You better get used to it.
So since I've already let the proverbial cat out of the bag, this is a thing we like to do on the Milo Beasley Show called the frequently asked questions.
Well, you've already asked about 2 or 3 of those.
So I asked the same 5 questions to every guest here on the Milo Beasley Show. So our first question is going to be, Carrie, who was your very first celebrity crush?
That's a vague question for me. You know, are we talking since I've been an adult? Or are we talking when I was like a kid?
Yeah, when you were a kid. Who was, when you were 12 years old,
very
starting
first
puberty?
Probably Marilyn Monroe.
Okay. I get
Marilyn
that.
Monroe. Celebrity crush, I'm sure you get Marianne a lot.
From Gilligan's.
I'm not gonna say that because I was more smitten by Marilyn. You know, there's a chick who I don't know if I could say cosplays, but portrays her and lives in her old house.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a little bit. Looks
I've heard about that. Yes, actually, yes, I have 100% heard about that. I don't know if that's cosplay. That's something.
No, that's lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's a lifestyle. You know, that's some WandaVision shit.
Yep. All right. Our second question on these frequently asked questions. What is your guilty pleasure song? So a song that like maybe shouldn't be popular, but man, you sing it or drop it all the time.
Guilty pleasure song. Wow. Do you know how much I love music? You ask me something like that. What is my guilty pleasure song? Hold on, I got to take this. Hello?
Your phone rang 3 times and went to voicemail. That's not fair.
It's not? I'll tell you what's not fair. I'm in the middle of a podcast and you calling me is what's not fair.
Then why are you answering the phone?
To get you on here so people can hear how belligerent my father-in-law is. Say hi, people.
Is belligerent with 1 L or 2?
It's with Sugar. That's what it's with.
The sugar doesn't have any L's in it.
But it has you in it.
Are you really in the middle of a podcast?
Are you really Jewish?
Oh, my goodness.
Don't worry. We may or may not edit you out of this, but tell us a joke right quick.
If Leah can put some money in the bank for me, so
No. We want a joke.
Oh, no. There's just not a time for that. I'm real serious, man. I've got to go shopping.
You're a joke, man. You can't perform under pressure. That's what she said. Call Leah. She's available.
Is Leah awake?
Yes.
Should I call her on her phone?
Yeah, I think that'd be best.
I'm driving.
Oh, you're driving and call. Oh, you're breaking 2 laws.
Give her your phone. The first law I broke was talking to you.
Okay, you're right about that. Bye, Papa. I gotta go. Leah, come here. Will you get this phone? Your
Never know what's
father
going to
decided
happen.
to interrupt my podcast and call me, so he ended up on it. Okay.
So
Well,
okay,
that's
guilty,
the father-in-law.
guilty pleasure
He's a
song.
nice Jewish ex-Navy man. Guilty
Wonder
pleasure
what his
song.
wonder what his guilty pleasure song would be. Should have asked
Noah
him.
rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. He was there when Noah built the ark. So he ought to know. He's a Navy man. That was his first mission as a sailor. He had to scoop up the poop up off the poop deck. Get it? Poop deck. Probably safety dance.
Safety
because
dance?
me and my wife do that as a duet karaoke.
I'm gonna let you
Some
know
of
that
you
you are
kids
not
might
the
not
first
know what
person. I'm gonna let you know you are not the first person. No, which makes it even better. Because I love the safety dance.
And I have the extended version on my playlist. So, but you can never find the extended version at the karaoke bars. I would love to do that one. And she wants me to learn the Eminem and Rihanna monster inside of my head under my bed. No, she wants me to learn the Eminem rap while she sings the Rihanna part. We haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll do that one, and we'll do B-52s. Love Shack. We'll do that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So question number 3. I'm gonna preface this with saying if it was a difference of life and death, because I don't want PETA on me, but would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I don't want to fight 100 duck-sized horses. That's too many hooves. I'd rather fight a horse-sized duck, especially if I got a nice weapon to take him out with, a samurai sword or a machete or something like that. Then we can have some fried duck, baby.
Oh, fried duck. That's a lot of duck, too.
That's a lot of duck. You know what I'm saying? We can roast them over a spick. But 100 tiny horses? No. Me being a half man, half horse myself, Sagittarius. And guess what? I don't know if you know what your Chinese zodiac is, but mine is a horse. So horse is a horse. Of course, I'm a horse all the way around.
Can't beat up another horse.
Ask my wife. She's a horse too, though.
Oh,
she's a horse in Chinese astrology. She's a Scorpio, and I don't know how much you deal in astrology, but I'm a firm believer in it, and I believe the personalities are pretty much on point in each astrological sign, because I grew up in a household of 6 other siblings, and I got a rainbow of astrological signs in my upbringing in St. Louis. And let me tell you, the personalities of some of these signs really do ring true in reality, because I got Geminis. I grew up with Gemini. My father was a Gemini. My mother's a Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. Set of twins that are Cancer. Got a Virgo, got a Pisces, Gemini. Another Gemini set, which are twins.
Right.
So you're dealing with 4 of them. But there's 2 sets of twins in my family, top and bottom.
Oh, wow.
The top set is the Geminis, and the bottom set is the crab, the Cancers. One of my agents is a Cancer. They can be crabby. They can be mean. They really can be. Scorpios, I started dealing with them when I was, sowing my royal oats. So I can tell you some things about some Scorpio females. Y'all know who. But the thing about Scorpio females is, man, they can be vindictive. I don't know if you know any or have known it in your life.
No.
They'll get you back for stuff they think you done. There might not even be any proof that you did it, but they're going to get you back. And it's going to hurt.
And then speaking of fours, where's my hand? Speaking of 4, question number 4. What is your favorite movie quote?
I got many, but I'll tell you one that your audience should be able to identify with. I'm not going to tell you what it's from, though. They're going to have to figure it out. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Do you know what that's from?
I've heard it. I've heard it, but I don't know if I knew that it was a movie quote.
It was when I heard it.
Huh.
So
all right.
That's some homework for all you kiddies out there.
Yep. I've heard that for years.
Find out where that's from. I'm not saying that is the only time that was said in a movie.
Right.
I'm just saying that's my favorite movie quote.
It's a good one.
Because, I mean, me.
Which actually leads us to a good one. So speaking of money, so complete this sentence. I would be a millionaire if I had $1 every time.
That's a loaded one because I could fill up blanket with a lot of stuff. Every time somebody asks me, "Are you really Frylock?" Seriously, pulling my leg. You ain't no Frylock. You really Frylock? I'd be a millionaire every time somebody asks me that. Or here's another one. I'll give you a bonus one. Every time I'm sitting at a convention or somewhere and I'm drawing something, and they'll ask me, "Did you draw that?" And I'm drawing it. Any artist will tell you that does cons. That's the number one popular one right there. Or did you draw all these? All of them. But that's a fair question for me because I got other artists' work on my table. So I'll tell them if I'm doing a con with Eddie Price, that 3D guy, another plug. If I'm doing a con with Eddie Price, I'll show something on my table and say, the guy right next to me over there, he drew this. And then he drew that one too. And sometimes I'll be wearing a shirt that he had made from one of his creations into a T-shirt. So, we support each other, man. That's the thing. Especially now more than ever. We got to support each other because there's really no promoters out there that are really ballsy enough, for lack of a better term, to throw in a con. But there are some. Like the ones I'm going to here pretty soon. But you guys are going to have to follow me on social media and find out. It's too sporadic. I can't say I'm going to be in Tennessee next 2 months from now, and then 2 months from now, that's been postponed or canceled.
Right.
He said he was going to be in Tennessee. He's not going to be. That bastard lied to me. We don't want that. But on a side note, Aqua Teen fans out there, don't give up. I can't tell you anything other than that.
Ooh.
Don't give up. We ain't dead yet. At least I ain't. Even though they killed Frylock off in one of the finales.
Hey, nobody's ever really dead.
They could make it like a dream, like Dallas when Adam woke up. Bobby was in the shower. Some of y'all know that from Family Guy, because y'all don't know what Dallas was. But, if I say who shot JR, they be like, who? JR who? JR Ryder?
So
Baby JR the rapper, the mumble rapper, who shot him?
You mentioned social media. So before we wrap up, where can folks find you on the social media?
Facebook, Instagrams, YouTube. Absolutely. Visit Carey Means, the voice of Frylock, if you want to peruse my wares. Look at that. Oh, you got that right there. Who put that down there?
My producer, which is me. But
all right, you multitasking, Mr. Beasley.
Try it. Hey, I hit the button. I hit the right button this time.
Also, say YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel. Don't forget that.
All right, we'll do it.
Carey Means. I don't know how to say it, but it's just Carey Means. It's YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in Carey Means. You'll see all kind of stuff. You'll see Jim Carrey. You'll see Mariah Carey, but obviously I'm not either one of those people. Right. You'll see some dark chocolate dude for some reason. Maybe his name is Carey Means too. I don't know. As far as I know, I'm the only Carey Means that's spelled the way I spell it.
Right.
There might be another Carey Means out there that's in IMDb and acting and doing voiceovers, but they're an impostore, if that's the truth. No, this one guy was trying to say he was me, but he was Asian. And Dana Snyder pointed it out. Dana Snyder told me about him.
That's funny.
I had to go on Facebook and clean house. You know what I'm saying? And Dana was like, Carrie, there's this Asian guy who's pretending to be you. I'm like, really? Is he at least cute? All right.
Well, Carrie, thank you very much for spending the time with me on the Milo.
Thank you, Milo.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I would definitely have to do this again. Hopefully we can, meet in person at an upcoming convention.
Hopefully we can get Dana's lazy ass on the next one if we do it again. We can do
Yes, absolutely. We'll do a little reunion.
Yeah. Hey, he's your friend. No, actually, I'm good friends with Dana as well, but I can't tell him what to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No one can. Maybe his wife.
No, I've been there, done that. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I look forward to chatting with you in the future. Hopefully, again, it's in person.
All right, brother.
Good luck on these upcoming conventions. Hopefully, restrictions lift, and we can get back to normal.
And don't forget, folks out there, I do commission pieces. They do start at $180, but that's just for the basic 3 characters: Frylock, Meatwad, and what's the other guy? Oh, the Cup.
The Cup.
And I'll throw Carl or a Moonanite or 2 in there. That'll be the 180. But if you want anything more elaborate, the price is going to have to go up. I'll quote you a price if you tell me you want Frylock swinging from a trapeze and Carl eating a burger, writhing in poom shorts on top of his car, and Shake trying to strip for money. That's going to be a little more than 180. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's not a bad visual, though, is it?
And cameo.
Oh, and cameo.
It have Carey Means for some from
look
great.
Me up. I do birthday shout outs, appearances, conventions, events, weddings, bar mitzvahs. As a matter of fact, I do travel with an ordained minister. Eddie Price is also an ordained minister. So if anybody's got a wedding come up and they want old Frylock and Pastor Eddie Price to come and he can officiate your wedding, do your nuptials, and party and perform at the reception because he's also a musician who plays guitar, sings, does a hell of a karaoke. Yeah, so we got it for you.
All right.
Absolutely. Peace, love, and fry grease, y'all. I'm out.